Hi. So now in this video, we are going to see about advanced testing concept in software testing and automation. So what are all the advanced testing concept? We'll be seeing it as so advanced testing concept. We'll be seeing performance testing, load testing, stress testing, and volume testing. So we'll be seeing one by one. So first we'll be starting with the performance testing. So performance testing. So what is this performance testing is nothing but a performance testing is a type of software testings. So where we'll be giving a particular kind of workload and we'll be checking whether the system performs properly or not. And next is, so it is a testing technique where we'll be checking the system's sensitivity, so reactivity, so how far it's react for our input. So how well we'll be giving the input and how far it is going to give the output and stability. So whatever workload which we are going to give, how it handles all the workloads. So all this will be tested in this performance testing. And this performance testing is also known as perf testing. So in this perf testing, what are all the attributes which is present? So mainly in performance testing, we'll be considering following these attributes. So first one is speed. So speed in the sense how far it reacts to our inputs. So next is scalability. So scalability in the sense always it will be the amount of workload which we give. So how much amount of workload it can handle at a time. So all these things will be checked in this scalability. And next is stability. So how far it is stable. So in case of varying workloads, so it should be also stable when we give a little amount of workload or when we give a huge amount of workload also, it should be able to perform in a stable condition. So whatever the workload, so it should be in a stable condition. So that thing we'll be checking in this stability. And next is the reliability. So reliability in the sense how far it is reliable. So how far the software is going to be reliable, we'll be checking in this reliability. So reliable in the sense how it will be more secure or not. So the data which is present in the inside the software, so it should be reliable. So and it should not be attacked by any attackers. So all these things will be checked under this reliability. And next is the types of performance testing. So types of performance testing. So there are different types. First in this our load testing. So load in the sense which we already seen. So how much amount of load which we give. So it should be able to react for all kinds of load. And next is the stress testing. So stress testing in the sense, so we'll be checking the system when we give extreme workload. So it should also perform properly in case of our extreme workload. So when it is going to be high traffic, so it should also perform properly. And next one is the spike testing. So spike testing in the sense the system, it's a type of load testing that tests the system's ability to handle the sudden spikes in the traffics. So if it is going to be a sudden spike when you are going to use it in a network, if more amount of users are going to use at the same time, it should be able to handle it. For example, suppose if any offer goes in Amazon, more amount of people will be accessing at the same time. So at the time also, the system should perform well. And next is the volume testing. So in this type where we give a large amount of data. So we'll be giving the large amount of data in the database and then also we'll be checking whether the system performs properly or not in case of our large amount of data. So that is the kind of testings comes under our volume testing. So we'll be seeing in detail about this each testing. First one is the load testing. So load testing determines the behavior of the application when we give a large amount of load at the time. So how far it also responds. So it should also be taken under consideration. So when we give a huge amount of workload also, the system should check it properly and it should also verify all the process and it should give the output as usual. And next is the load testing should be carried out for normal and extreme load condition. So as we have seen earlier, so when we give a small amount of input or when we give a large amount of input, both should be handled at an average time. And next is the goal of load testing. The main goal of load testing is to identify whether any bottlenecks are there. So if at all, when we give a large amount of output and when it goes to a server, so it should also fetch our data and give it as early as possible. For example, when a maximum number of users use the transaction also, it should be able to handle it. And next is during the load testing, various scenarios are simulated to test the system. So what are all the scenarios which are given to test the system during the load testing? So first one is, so our user will be including stimulating a high number of concurrent users. So high number of users will be given to check whether it works properly or not. And we'll also be stimulating numerous requests at the same time. At the same time, all the requests will be given so that, and we'll be checking whether it performs properly or not. And also we'll be checking by stimulating a heavy network traffic to it. And the what are all the process which is involved in the load testing is that first one is we'll be testing test the environmental setup. So first the environmental will be checked and then load test scenario. So as I said, as we have seen in previous PPT, so previous slide. So these kind of testings will be given. So stimulating the high number of concurrent user and stimulating the numerous requests at a time and stimulating a heavy traffic at the same time, everything will be given. So every scenarios will be tested in this load test scenario. And then test scenario execution. So how it is going to be executed. And then we'll be taking the test result analysis. And then if it is the test result analysis is not satisfied, again we'll be doing the retest, and then again the same process will be repeated. So this is what the steps involved in load testing process. And matrices of load testing in the sense, so first matrix is average response time. So how it is going to be responded, and next is the error rate. So when a number of errors occur during the request, so when number of request occurs at the same time, so we'll be checking whether the error occurs or not. And next is the throughput. So throughput in the sense, so the range of bandwidth, what kind of bandwidth it consumes. So how much amount of kilobytes of data per second are transferred, everything will be taken into consideration. And request per second and the number of requests generated to the applications server per second, which will also be taken. And concurrent users, how many number of concurrent users uses this software at the same time. And peak response time in the sense, so it is also used in identifying the duration of longest time. So longest time which is taken to respond for a particular given input, and the finding the and next also we'll be using finding the resource and to respond to the request. Everything every times will be taken into consideration for performing the peak response time. And next is, so various softwares in load testing are checked with this Apache JMeter, so web load, Neoload, Load Ninja, so HP performance tester. All the software testing tools are used for this performance testing. And next one is the stress testing. So stress testing in the sense, so first we will be checking testing beyond the limit for normal operations. So how much it is going to be involved for testing this particular software. And next is the stress testing is also defined a type of software testing that verifies the stability and reliability of the system. So here the reliability of the systems will also be checked. And this test particularly determines whether the system on its robustness and error handling under the extreme heavy load condition. Whenever when we are going to give a heavy workload, so at that time also the system should perform properly. And in this test testing, it is also performed to ensure that system should not crash under any situation. So whenever many number of users also use at the same time, the system should not get crashed. So this will also be tested in this stress testing. And the need for stress testing, why we are going for stress testing in the sense, so it should also accommodate in case of heavy traffic. As I said earlier, when an offer occurs in an Amazon, so every users will be working on the particular website, so they will be getting many number of work or loads to the particular server. So it should also able to handle that thing. And whenever it is going to be over stress, it should display an error message in the stress condition. The system should not get crashed, so it should give an error message that there are many number of users using at the same time, and the systems should work under also the abnormal conditions. Whenever more number of users also comes, so it should be able to be work, or otherwise it should display an error message. The system should not get crashed. So that kind of testing will be done in the under the stress testing. And the prepared for also stress condition. So what are the stress conditions which are given is sufficient for contingency plan in case of sudden failure due to stress condition. And next the stress testing process. What are all the process involved in stress testing is this. So first is planning, and next one is creating the automation script and script execution. So depending upon the script execution, we'll be doing the result analysis. After doing with the result analysis, we'll be taking up the optimizations and we'll be checking whether the system has performed properly or not. So all these things will be tested under this stress testing process. So remaining will be continued in next video. Thank you.